Am I wrong, or is he the alien that got lost? Look at Grandpa. Congratulations! Great music! I don't think he can hear me.
I'm here. Come closer.
What else is there to do around here, then?
I personally prefer quieter places. Now, if I were you, I'd go to Roswell Pond or the beach. I even saw a complete lunatic who said he invented a time machine. Do you believe in time travel?
I wouldn't know. I've never thought about it.
It seems like nonsense to me.
See you later, Playboy Bunny.
See you later. 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes.
Actually, with that costume, he looks more like a bellhop.
Hey, kid. Try your luck at the mechanical fish ride. Playing is simple. You must reel in any of the fish in the tank. Nothing easier, right?
Now I remember why I hated going to the fair. The fishing rod is clearly rigged. I hope it wasn't delivered in this condition. Putting a bunch of worms in my body is not among the best ideas you've ever had. It's been slung directly into the oven. Eventually, you end up like sweet and sour pork. Did you know birds can't taste spicy foods? A little focus moment. A historical video gaming relic. Literally. Even if my social life isn't as active as before, I don't think I should squander it completely. Something tells me it doesn't work anymore. And that it's not a battery problem. Watch the ceiling fan. Don't have too much fun up there, old pal. I remembered her different. First of all, dead. I remind you that the single time she spoke, she burned up an entire lab. Still sure you want to talk to her? He's lucky that alcohol induces sleep. Never wake a Mexican guy from his siesta. Never. The last person I saw at the bottom of a bottle like this was Ronald's father during Christmas dinner with all the relatives.
Egon, tell him about the Twinkie.
It's gone. It fell into the tea while I was dipping it.
I mean the big one.
That's classified information. You know that. You should really stop drinking for the night, before all this caffeine pushes me beyond the capacity for rational thought, too.
That hair would turn even Amy Winehouse pale. Why do you drink all that tea?
I only sleep 14 minutes a day, which leaves me a lot of time to work.
If I still had salivary glands, I would need a bucket right now. I don't think those two would be particularly enthusiastic about it. I didn't know he was a Sauron adept as well. It's strange Tolkien never mentioned him in any of his books. I prefer to let him focus on his beer pong. This is the sort of unexpected surprise that suddenly earns Christianity points in my eyes. I have nothing so important to ask to interrupt him. After all, I stopped believing in him a long time ago. That's it?
Check this out. We have guests. Let me welcome you to my little gloomy abode.
For you, author of this video game, from now on you can count on my unconditional hate. Nice to meet you.
My pleasure, believe me.
Who doesn't know Master Chief? And no, I'm not talking about the cooking talent show. I don't think it's a good idea. The best way to arouse a hipster. Boogie, let's hypothetically accept that I get closer to the shadow.
Yes?
Well, should I be afraid for my safety?
Not at all. I will gladly take care of your soul.
Thanks for reassuring me. A faithful reproduction of the rebellion flag in Metal Slug. I can't stand this. Too many memories. Absolutely not. Among us nerds, there's a code of honor. It's so grim and wonderful that I could stay here staring at it for hours. What does the label say? AB normal? I finally found something to give you for your next birthday. And now even the last of my secret fears is coming alive.
Come closer. I can't hear you from there.
I just remembered. I have an urgent meeting to attend. I have to go. It's surprising they didn't get more. I wouldn't know how to use it.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
Be quiet!
Young storm people today are completely hopeless. Damn hipsters. Listen to me. I will
Cuddle me, hot stuff!
Don't go boasting about your junk size. You've all got the same codpiece.
I love when you
Genetically programmed to undermine your reputation. Cracker. Cracker. Come on, stupid bird, repeat it. Cracker!
You brainless moron biped! My intellectual capacities are way superior to yours!
What did you say?
Cracker! Hurry! In the closet!
You know those wool things that go on one's head to shelter it from the cold?
Be quiet,
Perfect.
or my husband will hear us! Cuddle me, hot stuff!
I've picked up enough hair.
I love when you do that!
Express Courier, 24 hours, 7 days a week. 0084588901. All packages must be impact-proof, water repellent, and the contents must be clearly indicated outside the box. I could pack up the wardrobe and ship myself to Ronald's new house. Rocco's Hotline, 806969. Hot, naughty, courteous. Cave Johnson's shower curtains, 206-002-456. I hope at least these are not a lie. Jelly Rock by Aaron Wispley, a huge 1957 hit that sold more than 9 million copies. I would have asked that young guy how difficult it was being the king. He must have suffered a really bad accident. How does it feel to be the main character of an Almodovar film? He doesn't look particularly good. I don't want my sweater stained by puke, thanks. Can I come in?
Go away!
Ronald gets mad when I knock on the door while he's in the bath too. I don't know why everyone got so crabby.
Cuddle me, hot stuff.
Damn, I'm out again.
That tie on the doorknob may as well be heavier than Thor's hammer. The universal frat house do not disturb sign.
Cuddle me, hot stuff.
Guitar solos with P strums. The perfect way to release the indestructible inner boy. It's a case of a completely useless object. Nobody wants to talk to you. I'm definitely not a military forces expert. My knowledge stops at Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. So you can give your heart to Jesus, but your ass belongs to the Corps! What nice sharp fangs! Would you be so kind not to eat me? He was waiting for the Half-Life 3 release. Right in the feels. Listen, friend, in this video game, there isn't room for two skeletons. Don't say a word or I'll make you regret being dead, okay? Good boy. The best interplanetary delivery man. He even seems less sleepy than usual. A life in space spent slacking off as much as possible. He must have been acknowledged as a contemporary hero.
Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
It's the hole where you put the coins in.
Hey, two. Do you know what's round, soft, and juicy?
A tomato?
No, stupid. A nice child.
How many times have I got to tell you? I'm done eating children. I'm a fruitarian now.
And what the hell does that mean?
I only feed on fruit, and just the ones that fall from trees to the ground.
You won't last more than a week.
You'll see.
You're really the black sheep of our family.
Ah, love, captured forever in undying memory. At least until they cut down the tree.
Dude, don't be sad.
They undoubtedly get along very well.
Perfectly.
Really?
It's best not to get involved in certain private
Just the
business.
ones that fall into my mouth.
Now I understand what the media meant when they predicted an alleged alien invasion back in the 80s. I would have exterminated whole hordes of you to shoot down your 300-point spaceship. He's undoubtedly the life of the party. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Do you want to hear some news that
Quite a nice place you got here for a barbecue with
I'm
family.
drinking juice?
Guess what flavor it is, dude?
Sorry. I had no idea.
Grapefruit?
And yet I can't imagine that an attractive mummy like you...
can I have
Don't
some
beat
of that
yourself up.
too?
I'm sure you'll find your soulmate. You just have to be patient. Now, I really have to go, Mr. Silence.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes.
So many possible spoilers, I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't want any LV from you. I'm an acid guy. Sometimes these professional apple eaters get too caught up in the competition. Sometimes I'd like to be on the other side of the screen to make you do foolish things. The scientist must have seen too many Doctor Who episodes. It would be better to collect your thoughts before acting once in a while. That blood does not bode well at all. Are you kidding me? Is this your time machine?
Yes, but it is still an experimental prototype.
The usual excuse is to say it doesn't work.
It'll work. Just watch and see. And finally, everybody will stop saying that I'm just a crazy, stutterer, anemic guy.
But you're not anemic.
That's what I keep saying myself.
What are those bloodstains you have on you?
Oh, not a big deal. A little accident while I was working on a different project.
How many did you kill till now?
Don't be silly. I conduct experiments on dead bodies.
Dead bodies that were alive before, by any chance?
If there's really shortage of raw material, those too.
You seem to be pretty eager. What are you waiting for?
I ordered a new carburetor online. The old one was damaged during my previous attempt. And it still hasn't arrived yet. They'll get an earful from me at the customer service of thatcrazyscience.com.
You can really find everything on the internet these days.
You can't even imagine. People are really out of their minds.
I'll come back later. See you then. A black man who gets a tan from moonlight? You're kidding, right? Just because we're in an adventure game, that doesn't mean you get to bother whoever's around. Your usual Charlie Brown. Can't you read? It's a white paint can. I obviously can't take that away from him. I'm noticing a suspicious resemblance. I can't even imagine how his back came to be in that state. I really don't know what to say. It's a child's dream coming true. If that is meant to be the Red Sea, someone must have hugely exaggerated the storytelling. I prefer not to risk finding a snake under my sweater. Finally, some really intelligent life forms. Can I bother you for a second? I'd like to talk to you of our Lord Cthulhu.
He can't hear you.
Who exactly are you?
I'm Pat, the wicked conscience of this little miserable man. He kept me dormant inside him for years without listening to me. But you know, when you insist on suppressing every frustration, you're inevitably destined to blow up sooner or later. And so now, I am in charge.
Why does he have those wounds on his back?
Soul possession brings some severely violent consequences with it. Let's just say that whoever suffers from it momentarily loses his senses and in the end turns to self-harm. And in case he survives, his mind comes under my control, as you must have noticed by now.
What are you guys doing?
We happen to have a scam underway. A big scam. I couldn't we couldn't stand our demeaning and not at all gratifying job as office workers anymore. So we spent all our savings to buy this cave that we accidentally dated back to the Neolithic, complete with cave paintings.
You're really an evil mastermind, no doubt about it.
You mean we are evil?
The cave painting idea might be set aside.
What do you mean?
Look for yourself to my right.
I'll be darned. This will be worth a lot of money. Neolithic my foot. Come on, let's go. We've got work to do.
I wouldn't really know where to start. Better avoid problems. This reminds me of the famous 1947 accident, but I'm not a US government agent. What else can you do with an... Don't rely on me for...
28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the...
A common battery.
The world will end.
What the hell? Little impertinent kid. He has a bright future ahead of him. You're having fun, eh?
Tyler didn't want me in the way, so he closed me in here. I had to do something to fill all this time.
Tyler?
My older brother. He's the guy who arranged the party. I was bored, so I thought it would be fun to scare anyone who walked into the storage room by mistake.
If I was in your shoes, I would have done much worse. With your permission, I'll take it, Boogie.
Go ahead. You earned it.
Where did those come from?
They're the posters for a Horrorbilly concert that will be held tonight at the old cemetery. My brother didn't want any interference for his party, so he tore down as many as he could. The whole neighborhood was practically wallpapered with them.
Uh-huh. 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes. It's 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Definitely unlikely. You're having fun, eh?
Tyler didn't want me in the way.
Tyler?
My older brother. I was bored.
If I was in...
Huh? 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. A storm is coming.
That blonde guy gets... I bet he goes... And this would be the best you can do? Absolutely not. Am I wrong, or are you... It'd be better to pick it up first.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12.
Wake up, old man!
You needn't shout like that.
You're right. Excuse me.
I forgive you.
Listen, could you maybe sew some of this hair on the head of this doll?
An unusual request. But I perceive no reason not to indulge you. Give it to me.
Too kind. There is work to complete here, for sure. Ronald and I love to watch their black and white movies. It's a single epitaph subdivided onto the 2 gravestones. It's chilly down here! Not even death made them lose their sense of humor. Ronald and I love to watch their black and white movies. It's a single epitaph subdivided onto the 2 gravestones. It's chilly down here! Not even death made them lose their... Okay, one of the fallen angels, but this one seems to have made a loud thump. I can gladly do without the holiness. It's not for me. A statue in the city graveyard is the right tribute to one of the heroes of my video gaming childhood. I would have never imagined we'd have so much in common one day, although I was lucky enough not to lose my jaw. It's really curious how many genius hunches are just the result of more or less serious head injuries. What do I need with a flux capacitor that doesn't flux? They come up with all kinds of excuses to mask their hoarseness. How, if he couldn't even sing his own song? At the very least, it can't be said he lacks self-deprecation. Hey guys, can I have some of your firecrackers?
Ask your mother to buy you some. And get out of our way. Can't you see we're busy?
But that's Grandma. Ronald's grandma, I mean. The most useful object a galactic hitchhiker could have. Only in case of emergency. The thread of a spiderweb is made of such resistant material, it would make even Frodo's mithril chainmail seem flimsy. Too sticky. I won't be able to get it off my hands. Here, Wilbur the Monkey King is buried, dead on the spot having slipped on a banana peel. Here, Willow the arsonist found her eternal peace, dead for the joy of a great fireworks show. Here rests Woody the lumberjack, asphyxiated after inhaling some silver powder. Here lies Wilson Percival Higgsbury, exceptional scientist who fatally wounded himself with a razor blade. I had no idea they had followers in the arachnid world as well. In the otherworldly realm, you'd have a hard time taking root with your business model. I hope that even after her passing, her mole vision hasn't improved much, so I can still pass myself off as Ronald. Hi, Grandma. I'm Ronald. Grandma, I can't really understand what you're saying.
Damn my age. Ronald, Grandma's sweetheart, you came to see me? You're so emaciated. Are you eating enough?
I have a serious allergy to plums that totally ruined my will to live.
Well, sometimes we all get a bit constipated. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Try some baked apples or kiwis.
Grandma, didn't you have yourself cremated?
Do you really think I'd let them lock me up in a vase? I corrupted the gravedigger by telling him to fill the urn with chewing gum.
I noticed that.
Your favorites. Anything for my little Ronnie.
It'd really be too much for her. What is Grandpa doing over there?
He's been trying to get out of his coffin for days now. Except every time he forgets to watch his head.
Well, at least he leaves you alone.
It's about time. It wasn't enough for him to torture me when I was alive. I didn't even have time to die before he felt compelled to do the same.
What is Grandpa doing over there?
He's been trying. Except.
Well, at least he.
It's about time.
I'll come back and visit you very soon, Grandma. I'll come back. I hope that even after her passing, her mole vision hasn't improved much, so I can still pass myself off as Ronald. I'll come back and visit. I feel a strange energy which compels me to do things I don't want to do, but I'll resist. I could use it like the sail of a mini raft.
Wait a minute, Ronald. It's dangerous out there. It's full of atheists. Take this.
A little help from above could always be useful.
Days, 6 hours, 40... Two minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will...
Stop for a second. I want you to reflect on what you just asked me to do. Nope. On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Yes, good boy. Drink. Don't look at me that way. I had no other choice. Look at him. He's sleeping like an angel. A few hours of sleep won't be bad for him. He was too stressed. Well, one of the... I didn't think anybody still used those. Why do I have such an idiot player? Okay, the janitor is not the nicest person in the world, but destroying his shack seems too much even for me. First, I need to place the arm over the wardrobe. First, I need to place the arm. I didn't know I'd need to go through all this to get it down. Do I look capable of moving a wardrobe all by myself? Too lazy to wrap a noose around your neck? That bridge is too far from home? The suicide booth is your solution. Select the type of death among the available options. Slow and agonizing, fast and painless, clumsy. I don't think there's anything clumsier than choking unexpectedly because of an allergy to plums. It's half buried. I can't do it with my bare hands, that's for sure.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes.
This is shaping up to be very fruitful fishing, finally.
I can't believe you did it.
I am a real pro. What can you do?
Why don't you take a look at your pockets?
How on earth did you do it?
When you spend your life escaping from the IRS, you can't survive without certain tricks.
And how did you end up running a carousel?
Social services. Anyway, with that coupon, you can collect a prize of your choice at the Gypsy kiosk just outside the city. Oh, I almost forgot. Be careful going around with that other little bag I gave you.
Oh God, what other little bag?
I was just joking.
You're not funny at all. For me, it will always be inseparably bound to the perception of two dogs eating spaghetti and meatballs in the moonlight. Thanks a lot, Walt. Better leave it alone. A belt would be useful. What is it, postmodern art?
Nah, you're right. I really can't come up with nothing interesting.
Like what?
Well, bro, I don't know. Something that conveys strong emotion, gets people's attention, something that grabs you, but original once in a while. Tired of riding A-cab on the monuments, yo. You hear me, bro?
I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have a good idea.
Sweet.
He's a human being. Sorry to bother you, but you seem familiar.
You probably saw me in a game show in the past. You know, I was a pro gamer once.
Judging by how you're doing now, it seems something went wrong.
Carpal tunnel. I slowly lost mobility and reactivity. It cut me out of the pro circuit.
I imagine more like an arrow in the wrist or something like that.
Arrow in the wrist?
Never played Skyrim?
Sorry, just beat 'em ups.
Then you suffer the proper punishment. He probably came all this way just to find some peace. I've bothered him enough. I'll let him rest this time. I doubt the Ego people will ever stop to thank the Duffer Brothers. I wonder how much they've earned thanks to Stranger Things. If I were you, I'd let it go. That little girl becomes a really dangerous cookie when she gets mad. I can't even imagine what's inside that slop. Negative. I'd become a victim of their fury, inevitably. And I still care to keep both my hands. Exactly like these things are really supposed to happen. In this video game, some phrases are a bit too literal. Best Halloween costume ever. Assuming it's actually a costume.
Hey, talk to me.
I suppose I should ask her for my prize.
Hey, talk to me.
Hello?
What's with a concerned face? You never saw a puppet before?
Sure, but not one handled with invisible strings by a headless puppeteer. And able to speak, by the way.
Do you have a problem with me not being controlled by strings?
Well, no.
And maybe it's illegal for a puppet to have a nice voice like mine?
That's not what I meant. You women are really impossible. Sorry if I insist, but I really don't understand if you're a puppet or a flesh and blood person.
Real or puppet? Who cares? Is it just our appearance that makes us what we are?
Well, I'm a skeleton exactly because I'm dead. Sorry if I insist, but...
Real or... Is it just...
Well, I'm a skeleton.
Hey, talk to me.
Sorry if I insist. I won a coupon at the carousel.
Choose your favorite prize.
Anything?
Anything.
I'd like a copy of Detective Comics number 27.
I gave out the last one just yesterday, but you're in luck. I can give you this.
Let's have a look. How is it possible that all this stuff could fit inside such a small package? Yeah, metal! Apparently, it's a video cassette. Whatever that means. I love mystery. This is a cool track. I've never heard it. Too bad I don't know the title. It seems that part has finally arrived. Is everything working now?
The courier took a little convincing, but in return, the carburetor was perfect.
I absolutely offer myself as a guinea pig to test it then.
Really? Have you got any idea of the possible side effects? Time paradoxes, inability to come back.
Risk of incest with his own mother.
Possible annihilation, chromosome mutations. I can go on for hours.
Let's say I've got nothing to lose.
It's okay by me then. There's only one problem. I've finished all the plutonium, and it'll be a couple of days until my trusted dealer can find some new stock. So you'll have to wait.
I'll come back later. See you then. Maybe this might be interesting for you?
Where did you find that?
Here and there.
Okay. Pour in exactly 3 milliliters for every dozen years you want to go back. Add another 2 milliliters to run the machine, and 1 milliliter every half hour of real-time utilization. Be as precise as possible.
Okay, no problem.
The machine will start as soon as you have inserted the destination date in the appropriate display. Avoid traveling into the future. The process partly uses the geomagnetic field of the Earth, and possible changes could stop you from coming back. Just remember, you can't jump from time to time. Every time you're forced to return to the present.
Will you be much longer?
The doors are automatic, so stay in the vicinity. Some animals could enter the machine and come back instead of you by accident. And remember to be careful to never interfere with the space-time continuum.
Yeah, whatever. How much plutonium did he say I have to pour exactly? Well, I'll abound. What's the worst that could happen?